Good morning to all and welcome to the 2025 launch of Tsek.ph. We are live on DZUP and you can find our live stream at the official Facebook accounts of DZUP and Tsek.ph. Before we proceed, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Pipo Gonzalez of the Tsek.ph Secretariat and a lecturer at the UP Department of Journalism. I will be your host for today's program. This gathering marks another important chapter in Tsek.ph's pioneering mission to combat disinformation. Since 2019, Tsek.ph has been at the forefront of bringing together media and academic institutions in a groundbreaking fact-checking collaboration, providing the public with verified information. During the 2022 election season, we expanded our efforts to include civil society in multi-sectoral groups, broadening our reach and impact. Now, as we approach the 2025 elections, we reconvene with our partners to reaffirm our commitment to this essential initiative. Speaking of support, we would like to acknowledge and thank the extensive and cordial support of MIDAN, International Media Support, the Embassy of Canada, the UP Journalism Department, and the UP CMC Foundation. To start our program, may we ask everyone to join us in singing the Philippine National Anthem.
Bayang magiliw, peros ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, buyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, kita masisingil, sa lalat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo baka, ay nilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang tinamahal. Ang isang ng watawat mo'y nagumpay na nagdidilim, ang bituin at araw niya kailan makalik magdidilim. Yung palang araw ng maraming pagsip na buhay sa likod. Aming ligaya dapat may mamagin, at lahat ay nagdahil sa'yo.
To deliver the opening remarks, please join me in welcoming Dr. Fernando Paragas, Dean of the College of Media and Communication at the University of the Philippines.
Good morning, everyone. For the very first time, I will be saying the following in-academic event of ours. Welcome to the University of the Philippines Diliman College of Media and Communication. Either by happenstance or by fate, it is most opportune that I'm welcoming you to an event about fact-checking. Arguably one of the most important and daunting challenges in our field today, and one which is very important for the national and international public spheres, and one in which our college has taken a leadership position, thanks to our colleagues at the Journalism Department and to our partners. Fact-checking initiatives like ours currently face existential questions. For example, how does one even begin to ascertain fact from fiction in our supposed quote-unquote post-truth era, where euphemisms, relativisms, hot-take opinions, conspiracies, and conflations are presented and circulated inconvertibly and seemingly accepted uncontested? To each his own truth, to each his own fact, agree to disagree. How does one even begin to navigate the multitudes of information that we produce and share? The multitudes in which are embedded significant volumes of misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation, and the multitudes from which we must then decide which ones to check, which ones to contest, and which ones to confront, knowing fully well the personalities and organizations, both organic and organized, that are behind them. How does one even begin to choose the ways of checking and reporting our results, knowing fully well the potential flack, counter-checks, and even harms that may come to us as individuals or as organizations? How does one even maintain composure and character when support is withdrawn from the exercise by funding agencies and partner organizations because of political expedience and economic priorities. How does one even continue when many seem to have withdrawn from meaningfully engaging with news and information? That is, if they actually did so before. For facing all these difficult questions, amid all our difficulties with information, I thank you for your valiant efforts to fact check, for building your competencies in fact checking, and for setting the next stage for fact checking. This next stage dovetails with the renaming of our college, which marks a departure from the unilinear perspective of legacy mass media to embrace the interactive nature of today's media. Whereas content production used to be the domain of those in mass media, including attendant concepts of gatekeeping and agenda setting, the media landscape now involves seemingly interchangeable producers and users who comprise various axes, from the organized to the individual, from the amateur to the professional, and even from human to artificial. The dynamic flow of information that network communications theoretically afford should have been good for democracy. After all, democracy thrives from a free exchange of diverse ideas within and across peoples, groups, and territories. However, when the public sphere, that is the internet, becomes hostage to falsities and manipulations, then it becomes a threat to democracy itself. In the roundup to the 2022 national elections, we at the Philippine Media Monitoring Laboratory at the Department of Communication and Research here in our college did the Digital Public Pulse project where we mapped election actors and networks. We worked with colleagues from political science and computer science to do this big data initiative to crawl Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter to determine how accounts were interlinked via likes, shares, comments, algorithmic recommendations, and hashtags, among others. We found that in the year before the elections, the networks of legacy news media and civil society, as well as the political camps of Duterte, Marcos, and Robredo, were fairly even in size, interconnectivity, and density. However, as the elections drew closer, we found that legacy news media catered still to the main audience, which was interested in news, and which did not expand in size or strengthen in connectivity. Instead, it was the Duterte and Marcos networks that started to coalesce, comprising towards the elections a formidable community at the end of our research. Through the course of our study, we surfaced in these emergent networks evidences that indicated organized network building, the circulation of speculative content and apparent confirmation of urban legends, the use of seemingly non-political content and personalities towards political ends, the deployment of the supposed logics of social sciences and traditional news presentations, but in incorrect and nefarious ways. User clicks, reactions such as likes and hearts, comments and shares help to strengthen content and the actors that produced it. You may access the report from the Facebook page of the Commerce Department. I'm sharing these findings because they show the importance of individual action, which then becomes a collective tenor, direction, and valence of online information. The voices of micro and major influencers that are amplified by troll farms then resonate among the greater public, especially in the absence of other information or fact-checking. This means we must not only fact-check with greater speed and volume, but to involve everyone in the effort, especially those beyond the networks where we currently circulate. This involves nurturing media and information literacy skills among our fellow citizens. Aligned with this goal, the Journalism Department has been running its media and information literacy page in YouTube that targets senior high school students through videos that feature the most prominent personalities in broadcast and a module that aligns with our MIL curriculum. Hopefully, through this initiative, we are fostering a generation that fact checks and values information that is correct. The emergence of artificial intelligence poses both pitfalls and potentials in facticity. As generative AI depends on existing content, it will exacerbate the information challenge if our corpus contains significant dis, mis, or information. The challenge, therefore, is to produce factual content that will help strengthen AI's path The other challenge is to develop generative systems for fact-checking. We tried doing this in our digital public pulse project, but determining facticity proved to be a difficult construct to explicate. We could not feed a machine with sufficient data with the proper rubrics to ensure that it could distinguish fact from fiction. It is my challenge to you, therefore, to help establish the rubrics, principles, and procedures that will help dedicated and casual fact checkers, as well as generative AI, in establishing facticity. This, together with inundating online public spheres with rigorously researched content, can help answer the existential questions that I posed earlier in the beginning of my remarks. As you have taken the daunting task of fact-checking, I hope you too will adopt these new directions that will help enrich and expand it. In the old mass communication paradigm, we sought to make our students mga alagad ng medyang malaya at mapagpalaya, or agents of free and liberative media. In this brave new world, we need to make everyone and everything, including AI, to be such alagad ng medyang malaya at mapagpalaya. Congratulations at mabuhay ang mga mananaliksik, manlalikha, mamamahayag, at fact-checkers para sa bayan.
Thank you, Dr. Paragas. Next, to introduce our keynote speaker, may I call on Ms. Ellen Tordesillas, the president of Verifiles and a board member of the International Fact-Checking Network at Pointer.
Good morning, everyone. At this time of utmost uncertainty, the fact-checking community is fortunate that there is Angie Holland at the helm of the International Fact-Checking Network, an organization of more than 170 fact-check groups all over the world, working to reduce falsehoods that pollute the environment. As IFCN director, Angie's competent leadership inspires confidence and strength amid serious challenges. Angie has become synonymous to fact-checking. She was part of the team of PolitiFact, one of the pioneers of fact-checking, that won a Pulitzer Prize for fact-checking the 2008 U.S. elections. She was with IFCN from the network's formation in 2015, and she served on the advisory board up to her appointment as director in 2023. Tsek.ph is privileged to have Angie Holland with us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ellen. Thank you so much for that kind introduction. It's been an honor to work with you as part of the International Fact-Checking Network, with you serving on our advisory board. And I was so happy to be asked to speak today at the launch of this project, Tsek.ph. This is a project that I think represents the best of collaborative fact-checking, and I am sure it will bring needed clarity and insight to the upcoming elections in the Philippines. The timing of this launch could not be more critical. As we gather today, we as fact-checkers face many challenges to evidence-based public conversations. Political polarization is a growing problem in many places. Social media platforms are retreating from their commitments to truth. And fact-checkers themselves face new attacks and harassment only for doing their jobs. Yet, many members of the public quietly applaud your efforts. Here you are, 24 partners strong, choosing to stand together in defense of facts. Your coalition represents an impressive coming together of Philippine society. You have respected media organizations, prestigious universities, and dedicated civil society groups. Each of you brings unique strengths to this collaboration, and together you are a powerful force for truth. The work of Tsek.ph during previous elections demonstrated the vital importance of collaborative fact-checking. You showed that when respected institutions join forces, they create a powerful counterweight to disinformation. Your work helped voters make more informed decisions and strengthened the foundation of Philippine democracy. But let me speak directly about why your work matters today more than ever. First, Meta's retreat from its third-party fact-checking program is a step back from the fight against online misinformation. This development makes independent fact-checking initiatives like Tsek.ph even more critical. When platforms step back from their responsibilities, fact-checkers must step forward. Second, the increasing sophistication of disinformation requires a coordinated response. No single organization can effectively combat the flood of false information alone. Your collaborative model, bringing together the expertise of journalists, academics, and civil society, provides a comprehensive approach needed to meet this challenge. Third, the attacks on fact-checkers themselves reveal that truth-telling is threatening to those who would gain from deception. When fact-checkers face harassment and unfounded allegations, it's a sign that their work is making a real difference. The International Fact-Checking Network, which I direct, is proud to see our verified signatories participating in this initiative. Your commitment to our principles of accuracy, transparency, and nonpartisanship strengthens the entire project. As you prepare for these May elections, your work will face three critical challenges. The first is maintaining public trust. Your commitment to transparent methodology and nonpartisanship will be essential. The diversity of your coalition sends a powerful message that fact-checking transcends boundaries and differences. The second challenge is adapting to evolving disinformation. These tactics are becoming more sophisticated, often mixing truth with falsehood in ways that require careful analysis. Your collaborative model allows you to share expertise and resources in meeting those challenges and bringing more nuance to public conversations. The third challenge is sustainability. Fact-checking requires consistent effort and resources. Your broad coalition model, bringing together media, academia, and civil society, provides a stronger foundation than any single organization could achieve alone. Let me finish with this thought. Fact-checking is not just about correcting false claims. It's about strengthening the information environment that makes democracy possible. When we agree that facts matter, that truth exists, and that public leaders should be held accountable for their words, we build the foundation for meaningful elections and government. Tsek.ph represents more than just a fact-checking project. It represents a commitment by society as a whole to defend truth as a public good. Your work reminds us that while disinformation may be global, the solutions must be rooted in local collaboration and expertise. As you launch this initiative today, please know that you have the support and admiration of the global fact-checking community and the International Fact-Checking Network. Your success will inspire other collaborations around the world, showing how friends of facts can unite to defend truth. The support you've already received from your sponsoring partners demonstrates the global recognition of your vital work. Thank you for this opportunity to let me share in this important moment, and I look forward to seeing the impact of your work in the months ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Holland. Before we proceed, I'd like to take this opportunity to show you the relaunched Tsek.ph website. The homepage now reflects the 2025 edition of our fact checks, while still allowing easy access to the 2019 and 2022 fact checks for reference. We've also added more social media accounts. You can easily find and follow them directly from the homepage to stay updated across platforms. We are also reconnecting our tip line on Facebook Messenger and Viber so the public can submit requests for fact checks. At the bottom of the About Check.ph page, you can find the list of partners who support our mission of promoting truth and accuracy. That said, we will now introduce our Check.ph partners. May I request our designated representatives to kindly open your cameras and unmute yourselves once I call your distinguished organization to share your message. Let's start with our media partners. Let's call on ABS-CBN.
Hello, hi, good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. I am Weng Caronan from ABS-CBN Fact Check. So ABS-CBN Fact Check is a fairly new unit under ABS-CBN, but ABS-CBN has been a partner of Check.ph since 2019. We're also a new signatory to the IFCN Code of Principles, and because of that, this year we just a grant from IFCN. So as a fact-checking unit, we produce our fact check in different forms like articles, videos, art cards, and sometimes we try our hand in creating mini podcasts. And we make all of these available on different platforms of ABS-CBN, like the website and social media accounts of ABS-CBN, like YouTube, TikTok, and X. And we produce fact checks in different formats and make them available in all platforms because our aim is to reach different audiences and to reach as many people as possible. So for the 2025 elections, aside from producing fact checks, we are also training everyday people like teachers, students, senior citizens on how to fact check the elections. And we're also producing some voter education materials related to fact check. This because we wanted to strengthen the accurate information available to the public on during elections. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, let's proceed to Agence France Presse.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Jake Soriano from AFP Fact Check. AFP Fact Check is the fact-checking arm of AFP News Agency. We have a global network of journalists dedicated to reporting on mis and disinformation, including a very strong team in Manila who have already seen and debunked false and misleading claims related to the upcoming May midterm elections. We also at AFP have free and self-paced digital investigation courses, which are available on digitalcourses.afp.com. We're very happy to be part again of Check.ph. Thanks.
Thank you, Jake. Next, let's call on DZUP.
Good morning. I am Ivy Claudio, Station Manager, DZUP. DZUP of the UPCMC Department of Broadcast Communication is honored to join the Check.ph initiative led by the UP Department of Journalism in the fight against disinformation. We have been a member of Check.ph since 2019. In past elections, we witnessed how false and misleading content spreads rapidly and threatened informed decision-making, civic engagement, and democratic integrity. Recognizing this, DZUP stands ready to work with Check.ph and its partners to combat election-related falsehoods and help ensure that voters have access to reliable information. Ang DZUP ay patuloy na kasali ng Check.ph sa adhikain ito. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Ivy. Let's call on the representative from Facts First with Christian Esguerra. Do we have a representative? All right. Let's move on to the representative from Fight.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Voltaire Tupas of Fight Media. We are a new independent nonprofit media organization focusing on community-oriented public interest journalism. We've been a partner of Tsek.ph since the 2022 elections, producing content video content, vertical video content for Tsek.ph and its partners. And we're honored to rejoin Tsek.ph this time around for its coverage of the 2025 elections. For this round, we have new content products focusing on hyperlocal content creation. First is our Game of Thrones execution. It's it's an effort to cover political dynasties at the local level. It's one of our story executions that has been gaining momentum on TikTok um, because of its format, generating millions of views for all its executions. So that's one of the main platforms that we're trying to reach, TikTok, because that's one of the hotspots of disinformation in the country. And moving forward, we are happy to share that we're talking to campus journalists from UP under the leadership of Ma'am Yvonne Chua. And we're hoping to produce hyperlocal fact checks and pre-bunking efforts from these communities where we are doing stories for the political dynasties. And we're also doing explainers on TikTok and Reels um, in an effort to help raise awareness among voters. So those are our key products, stories, and efforts to participate in the Tsek.ph um, coverage. This is supported by IMS, International Media Support, and in part in collaboration with Tsek.ph. Hopefully, maka-reach pa kami ng mas maraming mga kabataan, and we are harnessing the skills of the youth, of millennials and Gen Zs who are co-producing these stories with us. Tulad nga ng na-experience namin ni Ma'am Yvonne sa Samar, one of the far-flung areas affected by disinformation, in one of our post-pandemic events showcasing media literacy and fact-checking. The problem in the Philippines is very basic. We encountered instances where yung skills yung problema ng mga bata. They were producing stories that na fiction at hindi fact-based. The news stories during the exercises or the presentation which they produced were based on fiction and not facts, but they were convinced they were news stories. So ganun ka-basic yung problem. So we hope to harness the skills of campus journalists and help them collaborate with them in fact-checking, strengthening their role as fact checkers from the ground, from the communities. That's it from Fight.
All right, thank you, Walter. Let's move on to the representatives from Mindanus. Do we have a representative from Mindanus? Okay. Okay, I'll move on to the next group. Let's have the representative from Philstar Global in Interaction. We have Camille.
Hello, everyone. I'm Camille. I'm the editor of both Interaction and Philstar.com. Very proud to be here again, to see how far we've come in our fact-checking journey with Tsek.ph. A year prior to co-founding this pioneering network, we relaunched Interaction in March 2018 upon acquiring it from TV5. And even early that time, we set out to cover the online spaces where Filipinos discuss their concerns. And so we created a rumor cop section, though very initially rough. It was an early effort to dedicate space for fact checks. It is also just so we can consistently and more or less with discipline verify false claims as we go through our online coverage. We also look forward to being with Tsek.ph again at Interaction. As for Philstar.com, it's been very inspiring to see the network's growth since its inception. Our fact-checking roots go back to 2016. prior to the Duterte administration when we pioneered live fact-checking during presidential debates. So this taught us how the value of verification and doing so fast and accurately, as fast and accurately as possible. At Philstar.com, every member of our newsroom since then has been trained in fact-checking. Everyone is a fact-checker at Philstar, and we thank Tsek.ph for setting the tone in creating a culture of fact-checking in the country, not just in mainstream media. We reaffirm our commitment to this network today. Thank you.
Thank you, Camille. Next, let's call on the Philippine Press Institute. Sir Ariel.
Hi, good morning. The Philippine Press Institute, also known as the National Association of Newspapers in the country since 1964, takes pride in being part of a collaborative effort that's Check.ph since its inception, and such a beautiful collaboration that actually reinforces our commitment to truth-telling and protection of press freedom and democracy. And we take also that kind of commitment to tell you that as we talk about fact checking and making use of collaborative efforts from various communities, we have been going around to establish media citizen councils at the same platform can be used to be able to empower communities to join us, rally behind the causes for good journalism and fact checking. The PPI is steadfast to do its part using all these platforms. As I said, the Media Citizen Councils, our news aggregating website that puts together all well-meaning news outfits in the country, which are members of the Institute, to fight disinformation by inundating our social media platforms and also our internet with fact-checked materials. And that goes without saying, all of the reports from our community members, community journalists that have been part of PPI's training programs will also be part of that platform or vehicle in finding this information. So maraming salamat Tech.ph, to Yvonne, to Rachel, to Diosa for really extending its commitment to PPI also, kasi part din sila ng aming ginagawa sa PPI as resource persons. And to all of those news outfits that are here, we extend our salute to you, and we will be fighting this information alongside with you. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Sir Ariel. Let's move on to Press One. Nico?
Hello, friend. I am Nico Balbidina of Press One PH. No, Press One PH is an independent news and information website covering the Philippines for Filipino and global audiences. We envision to be a news organization in the Philippines, no, that produces fact checks and data-driven investigations to foster informed discourse and deliver trusted, impactful journalism for both Filipino and global audiences. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Nico. Let's move on to Probe. Jen?
Hi, good morning, everyone. From Probe, my name is Jen Aquino. So Probe, as you know, is an independent media organization. Though we are not a newsroom, we worked really hard and thankful for Check.ph for allowing us to learn fact-checking and how to make anti-disinformation campaign worked better. So currently, we are running an anti-disinformation campaign and a fact-checking initiative with our partner content creators. Two of them are in this Zoom launch right now. We have Mighty Magulang and Angelo Gizon. With this partnership, we were able to reach new audiences. Happy to share that in the past, Probe has traditional followers of fans of documentaries and Probe as a TV show aging from 44 to 55 years old. After our partnership with the content creators, we are now reaching followers with ages 18 to 24. So this is a big win for Probe. Outside our fact-checking initiative, we have brought our anti-disinformation work to schools with the help of our friends from Verifiles, Philstar, Press One, and Minda News, reaching students and teachers and introducing them to fact-checking and anti-disinformation work. We are happy to work with Tsek.ph, and we are committed to making sure that the truth remains louder than lies. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Jen. Let's move on to Verifiles. Jen?
Good morning. I'm Chin Samson from Verifiles. Verifiles fact-checking initiative has been in operation for nearly 9 years now. We are committed to holding public figures accountable to what they say and in verifying the most harmful and viral disinformation on the web. We are a proud signatory to the Code of Principles of the IFCN since 2017, and we are equally proud and happy to be a member of Czech.ph for a third consecutive election season.
Thank you, Chen. Let's move on to our academic partners. Let's start with the UP Department of Political Science.
Good morning, everyone. I am Elise Mendoza from the UP Department of Political Science. Our key election project is UP sa Halalan, which has also been involved in fact-checking initiatives in partnership with Czech.ph. Since 2016, UP sa Halalan has been continuously involved in providing analysis and resources, holding meaningful discussions, and conducting public engagement to promote clean, honest, and empowering elections. For more information, you may visit our website and social media pages at UP sa Halalan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ma'am Elise. Let's call on the UP Baguio Department of Communication.
Good morning, everyone. I am Zenas Chapap, Department Chair of the Department of Communication. The University of the Philippines Baguio's Department of Communication is strengthening fact-checking efforts by continuously training journalism students. With the launch of our new laboratory publication, Comunidad, the department aims to equip student journalists with the skills to verify information and combat misinformation. As the mid-year elections approach, this initiative is crucial in ensuring accurate fact-check stories within and around Baguio City, empowering our communities with truthful reporting. Through rigorous training and real-world application, the Department of Communication remains committed to upholding journalistic integrity in today's information landscape, and we are honored to be a part of Czech.ph once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ma'am Zenas. Next, let's move on to UP Cebu College of Communication, Art, and Design. Annie?
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm Annie Perez Gallardo from the University of the Philippines, and we at the College of Communication, Art, and Design, specifically the communication program, we are committed to the fact-checking initiative. We are offering a new class, specialist reporting, and they are committed to do fact-checking, specifically in the Cebuano language, to bring about this kind of fact-checking products as we near the midterm election. So we at UP Cebu are also committed to Czech.ph. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Annie. Next, we have iWrite from the UP Visayas Division of Humanities.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Zoilo Andrada Jr. I represent iWrite, a student journalism organization under the Division of Humanities of UP Visayas. So this actually is a student organization committed to fight against fake news and disinformation. We have already conducted building trainings for campus journal publications in the municipality. As an organization anchored on the degree program of the division, which is the Communication and Media Studies, we are also committed to serve the community through media literacy programs and trainings. We also make use of the social media platform by coming up with informative and educational reels and publication materials. Our forthcoming major activity in line with the forthcoming election is called as Akuna. It's a Hiligaynon phrase that can be both a statement and a question. It is a public forum for the local aspirants in collaboration with the media organizations in Iloilo City. I write, and UP Visayas is very thankful for considering us as part of Tsek.ph. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have the University of Santo Tomas, Department of Journalism.
Hi, it's me again. Again, I'm Nico Balbidino, and I am also from the UST Graduate School MA in Journalism program. And on behalf of UST Journalism Chairperson Felipe Salvosa II, we are very thrilled to be part once again of Check.ph. Through this initiative, we will train students in fact-checking and publish their work on our platforms, including the Varsitarian and UST Journalism Society. Maraming salamat po ulit.
Thank you, Nico. Next, let's have Fact Rakers.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Ako po ay si Yvonne Chua ng UP Department of Journalism representing Fact Rakers this morning. We're very proud and honored to again be part of Check.ph. Fact Rakers is a student-led fact-checking initiative associated with the UP Department of Journalism, where we have been teaching fact-checking as a semester-long course since 2017. As in the 2022 elections, Fact Rakers is partnering with two College of Media, UP College of Media and Communication-based organizations, Tinig ng Plaridel and UP Journalism Club, to fact-check this year's elections. The student fact-checkers will be working this year with Fight Media as well. This reflects our commitment to upholding truth, countering disinformation, and promoting responsible journalism, especially in these critical times. Tayo na muli, Check.ph. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Ma'am Yvonne. Let's move on to our civil society and multi-sectoral partners. We'll start with Akademya at Bayan, Kontra Disinformasyon at Dayaan, and Kontra Daya. Gio.
Hello, good morning everyone. I'm Francisco Giyang. I'm a member of Abacada and faculty member of the UP Department of History. Akademya at Bayan Kontra Disinformasyon at Dayaan or Abacada is composed of teachers from various high schools, universities, and teachers' unions who work towards the aim of eradicating fake news and disinformation that is most especially rampant during elections. Abacada was formed in 2021 at a time when negative historical revisionism regarding the history of martial law was at its height. Abacada continues to work with other fact-checking groups to flag down fake news that continues to mislead Filipinos who use different social media platforms. Abacada has been a partner of Check.ph since 2022, and we are honored to continue working with other partners in the upcoming fact-checking campaign. And Abacada is also an affiliate member of Contradaya. And as we know, Contradaya is an independent election watchdog that monitors various forms of electoral fraud in the Philippines. It focuses on demanding transparency from COMELEC, exposing cases of vote buying, disinformation, as well as the use of violence and intimidation against voters and other candidates. Contradaya is very happy to once again join Check.ph in efforts to monitor the conduct of the upcoming midterm elections. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, let's move on to ideals. Jera.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jira. I'm the Senior Comms Officer of Ideals, Initiatives for Dialogue and Empowerment through Alternative Legal Services. So under our Peace Building for Communications and Development program, we are currently tackling disinformation head-on by empowering youth reporters and community broadcasters from Lanao del Sur, Maguindanao, and Cebu. So we've established local platforms and local radio shows sa Bangka Marawi, sa Bangka Mindanao, where our youth fellows combine social listening, both online and offline, with content creation to address local myths and disinformation in their local languages. So by listening closely to communities' conversation, the youth reporters fact-check rumors in real time And in Manila, we have Alertayo that focuses on alternative and creative fact-checking for national elections, utilizing comics and non-traditional graphic design. So as a non-newsroom, not even a media-focused NGO, but a lawyering and legal service NGO, we are happy to stand alongside all the media practitioners here in this vital fact-checking initiative. So we believe that non-media NGOs such as us have a crucial role to play in combating disinformation, and it's a necessary complement to our advocacy. So we're glad to be here, and we encourage more organizations like ours to join this coalition. Thank you.
Thank you, Jaira. Next, let's call on the Philippine Association for Media and Information Literacy.
Very much. Good morning, everyone. I am Rochelle C. Ko, a senior high school teacher teaching MIL and the former president of the Philippine Association for Media and Information Literacy, or PAMIL. I'm also the representative of PAMIL to Tsek.ph. PAMIL is a professional organization of MIL educators, trainers, advocates, and practitioners who are committed to promoting MIL as a lifelong learning skill in the knowledge-based economy and media-saturated Filipino society. We were already a partner with Tsek.ph last 2022, and we are honored to once again be a partner in this initiative for the 2025 elections. On the part of PAMIL, since our audience is mostly made up of students and teachers, we are producing voter education videos, the Alam Mo Boto series, in collaboration with some student organizations to give more information to the electorate and help them in voting for the right leaders. We will also include fact-checking as a classroom lesson, even if it is not really included in the actual MIL curriculum guide. So PAMIL will prepare and make available publication materials and the lesson outline template, which contains modified MELCs, or the revised K-12, K-10 compliant learning competencies and objectives pertaining to fact-checking, learning materials, and resources with current examples, steps for instruction, guided practice activity, and performance-based assessment. The fact-checking apps and websites such as Tsek.ph, Verifiles, FactRakers, and the others will be part of our materials, as well as online articles, news stories on various topics, and social media posts and examples of mis- and disinformation. So handouts with guiding questions will be provided to the students. And we will also amplify and reshare fact-checking posts of the other partners of Tsek.ph. Rest assured that PAMIL fully supports this initiative and will fight alongside everyone in fighting disinformation and misinformation in the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Rochelle. Unfortunately, some of our partners are unable to join us today, but they have sent their warm regards. Our partners from Pinas Forward, Minda News, and Facts First with Christian Esguerra are with us in spirit and look forward to this collaboration. We would also like to acknowledge the presence of our supporters from Midan International Media Support, the UP Journalism Department, and the UP CMC Foundation. A huge thank you to our partners for being here with us this morning. But before we end this program, may we ask everyone to turn on their video for a photo opportunity. All right. Okay, our partners from DZUP will help us. Everybody, big smiles. All right, another one. Okay, thank you, everyone. Last, may we call on one of the conveners of Tsek.ph, a professor at the UP Department of Journalism, Dr. Rachel Khan, for the closing remarks.
Magandang umaga, mga ka-Tsek. In behalf of the Tsek Secretariat, we would like to thank our partners for once again taking up the challenge of providing truthful information in a sea of disinformation. Thank you as well to Angie Holland, Director of the International Fact-Checking Network, for gracing our relaunch with your inspiring and encouraging words. 2025 will likely prove to be more challenging than in past years, with Meta's removal of the third-party fact-checking partnership, the proliferation of artificial intelligence, apps, foreign influence operators, and other challenges. But Tsek.ph partners are ready to take up these challenges. We will be expanding our fact checks to multimedia approaches and platforms. We will make AI work for us rather than against us. Our dedication to the truth and our belief that the public is deserving of the correct information in order to make informed decisions in this coming elections is something that is, our primary inspiration in being here. At the same time, we will pursue research and analysis to better understand the information disorder. We enjoin the public to help us spread the truth, like and share our FB posts, Viber messages, video reels, tweets, TikToks. And if you find this information in your news feeds, please use our tip lines on FB Messenger and Viber to help us also monitor the disinformation that is going on. So only if we work together can we make an impact in this 2025 elections. Thank you po. May the facts be with you.
Thank you, Ma'am Kan. This concludes this morning's program. For more information, visit the website at Tsek.ph and like and follow it on Facebook, Viber, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, Blue Sky, and Threads. Thank you, everyone, and may the facts be with us in the May 12 elections.